guys, it's your CLASH here with another video, and today we are going to be checking out a war recap over here at Final Boss. Now this is a clan that I'm in, and I've been here for quite a while here, like a couple weeks, 3 weeks or so, and I am staying here with Belbex, my Town Hall 8.5 account. So pretty good clan here. We got some high level people here, but we do 15 people wars, and we're doing pretty decent at the moment. We do have some losses, but we're getting better. So here's our last war versus the All-Stars, or I think there's like meant to say like All-Stars or something. They just wanted to say it fancy or something, but whatever. It doesn't matter what their name is. So we're just gonna check out the war. And this is what they did to our bases. They didn't really do that great, but they did 3-star a lot of our Town Hall 9s actually, and a 3-star Town Hall 10. But I mean, like, I was surprised because this is like a level 9 clan, 122 wins, and like their number 1 didn't use 2 attacks, number 2 didn't use attacks, number 3. So I think they could have easily catched up. I mean, like, if they used their attacks 2-star these, and then 3-star Town Hall 9, which is relatively easy to do as a Town Hall 11, you're automatically at 39 stars. So I mean, but we still did great on the other hand. As you could see, number 1 and 3 being smashed here by Dylan, and 3-star 9s, 2-star 9s, the whole shebang. So we're gonna get into the first attack. I'm just gonna go from top to bottom. So we got Dylan here, 3-starring Town Hall 11, pretty much maxed out base in terms of defenses, not quite, but extremely strong one. So Dylan also has maxed out heroes, maxed out bowlers, healers, and wall breakers. It's coming at the bottom here with a Queen Walk, and versing a sort of old style base layout. Not really seeing many of these anymore, but for some reason people are still using them. They are not good bases, honestly, because it's easy to 2-star them, and 3-stars happen all the time on them also. It's better to create your own base, something interesting, so people will not have such an easy time 3-starring things, because when you see a layout a lot of times it gets easy. But there is a level 2 golem here from the clan castle. I do not know why he didn't bring like a level 5 golem or something, but I don't know why. But he's coming out here at the right side with a double jump rage, so gonna activate the Warden ability right there. Bowlers are moving through the core, placing down another rage, and they have destroyed the first Inferno Tower. But as the bowlers are in the core, he places a freeze on the second Inferno Tower, and that Inferno Tower is down also. So now basically the whole core is taken out. The clan castle troops have just entered to the battlefield, but gonna place a poison spell down on them, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the only thing that's gonna take them out. Activating the Queen ability. Luckily a healer does switch to her, but the Warden takes out the dragon, and a few defenses left here, and not that many troops left remaining. Has a few bowlers left, a couple healers, Archer Queen, and Warden, but except for that, that's pretty much it. And Queen, well, being level 40, is going to take out the rest of these structures. Even with only 1 healer on her, she is getting healed up slowly, but still effectively. So she doesn't have the ability to be activated, but with the 1 healer on her, she's gonna get to around 40% health around, and gonna be able to take out the rest of these point defenses. It did turn out to be sort of a close one. The Queen actually does die, and both healers switch to the Warden, and this Warden is going to target the wall, but then he's going to go to the Arch Tower, which had low health on it in the first place. And there's a few trash buildings left. Just going to wait for the Warden to take out the rest of those trash buildings. This attack is going to wrap up being the 3-star. Great job to Dylan, keep it up, man. Alright, so the next attack is number 2, being 2-starred by Studman 86. So take a look at the army. Not a common strategy at Town Hall 11 these days. If you want to go for the 2-stars, if you want to go for safe 2-stars, dragons are a pretty good option. I mean, I still recommend bowlers, but dragons are still not bad if you don't want to spend a lot of dark elixir, you want to farm your heroes. Dragons are not bad. I don't understand this first lightning though on the air sweeper. Yeah, you destroyed the air sweeper, but it would be much more valuable to say destroy another air defense, but whatever works, I guess. So now, gonna start off the queen here, and I assume this was to destroy this air defense. So it does look like he destroyed air defense with the archer queen, and almost takes out the enemy queen, but I think he could have gotten more value for this two spells. If he wanted just to destroy those two air defenses, I think he could have brought freeze spells. Two more freeze spells to help out, or another rage and freeze. But I think that those lightning spells for the air sweeper were just unnecessary. But I guess whatever works. So the dragons are coming out the right, bottom right. He created that funnel for them. And luckily Eagle has activated to only 2 dragons, so the rest are not going to face major splash damage. Has 1 rage spell in the bag and is going to place it right there on the couple of dragons in there and balloons. So they have gotten into the range where the Eagle artillery cannot fire anymore. But he's going to activate the Warden's ability. Thank you for the comment, by the way. And the dragons are going to be invincible for a couple seconds, and they're just going to die down here. Air defenses are going to get them, getting as much percentage as possible. And this attack is going to be 2 stars. Showed this one because pretty interesting. Not many people use dragons anymore. It's always good to see diversity in attacks, and great job to Studman. So I'm not gonna... I usually do not show one person attacking in 2 attacks, but I mean 6-star war, you gotta give this guy some credit here versus Town Hall 11s. So this one is using bowlers. My previous video, or a couple videos ago, I showed how to 3-star max Town Hall 11 with miners. This time it's with bowlers. So good to see some different type of attack styles here. And on the right side with the queen walk, she's going to take out a few of these defenses, and most importantly that clan castle full of dragon and balloons. She's gonna get low here, and he decided not to risk it, the queen's health. So he does activate the queen ability, probably the smarter thing to do, because it's not really good to take risks, because if she dies, pretty much end the battle. I mean, I'm just joking, but it would be much worse if she dies. It's always better to just not take the risk and play it safe. So now he's coming at the left side with the bowlers. Looks like he created that funnel on the right side. Pretty large funnel actually. Looks like around 20% of buildings. But queen is still on the right. I think she's going to die from this Inferno Tower beam unless the bowlers get to it fairly quickly. They have to destroy it quickly here. So it looks like the queen is going to stay alive with their healers, which is also pretty important to this attack. So now just has a mass of bowlers here, and a few of them do go inside the base. And this Eagle, once a few bowlers go inside the base and take out these Teslas, pretty much the entire core is wiped out, because Eagle cannot fire on those bowlers that had gone inside. So it ended up working out pretty nicely here. Gonna place a free spell on the top. Eagle is still not down, but those bowlers are doing some work on it. So looks like those bowlers are about to lock onto that Inferno Tower, and it's down right there. And pretty much the core is taken out. Bowlers are taken out. I mean, not bowlers. The outside is taken out pretty much. Only a few buildings left, and does have a couple of miscellaneous buildings over here. But except for that, looks like it's gonna wrap up and be 3 stars, and that's gonna be it. So hope you enjoyed this attack. This is not the end of the video. We're still gonna see some more Town Hall 9s and stuff, but in terms of Town Hall 11, that was it. So great job to our guys at Final Boss for these Town Hall 11 attacks. Let's head into the Town Hall 9 arena. So we got number 8 being taken out by California Steve. So using HGHB. I showed these guys how to use HGHB, and now they're going hammer with it and 3-starring a bunch of Town Hall 9 bases. So it's extremely powerful strategy. If you did not check out my tutorial on how to use a GHB, it's a full video explaining how to use it, what to do, and what are some secrets to it. But you should check that out if you had not seen it yet. Here's just another example of a GHB at Town Hall 9. So, sending in the giants, healers, bowlers, and stuff, making sure that those bowlers go in, and that is extremely important. This guy did have slightly exposed air defenses. Only recommendation I would have said was destroy the air defenses quicker with hogs, because I said in my guide to AGHB that it's a secret that I actually learned at CLASHaHOLIKZ is that you need to destroy the air defenses with early hogs so your healers will stay alive and heal the troops. So it does look like the healers are gonna stay alive anyway here, but I would have just destroyed the air defense just for safety. And looks like the majority of the main force has died basically, and it just has hogs left. So I think the hogs could have been earlier, and I'm not really sure why all of the troops had died so quickly. Usually in AGHB, the dominant force is the first group of the giant healers and bowlers, but seems like relying on the hogs to get the remaining defenses of what is left. But it doesn't matter, gonna wrap up. Queen is still alive, gonna activate the ability here. A few hogs are still alive with a couple of healers. Gonna destroy the last gold storage and is gonna wrap up 3 stars on this base on number 8. Great attack. So, now we're gonna check out Sir Lewis taking out their number 10. So using an interesting strategy here, coming in here with 2 golems and wizards. The dragon and wizards do come out of the clan castle, but he only has 1 poison. I assume that his dark spell factory is upgrading. But this is an interesting strategy. It's sort of like a GHB, but instead of giants, you're using a couple of golems. So it's kind of like Go Bolo. I've seen a few videos on it, but I don't think it's as effective as a GHB. But if you can use it correctly, you can get 3 stars just as easily. So coming at the bottom, making sure to destroy this enemy queen that just got taken down, so the hogs will be able to destroy the rest of the base. Because if you take a look at the number of hogs, it's more than the standard AGHB army. So need to make sure that you destroy the archer queen. If you let the archer queen live and start off with your hog riders, remember this, you will always fail. There's 1 time out of 100 or 1,000 that you will succeed with the queen still alive on sending with hogs. You need to kill the enemy archer queen. It's a must basically. You can't just ignore her. Even if it's level 1, you still need to kill that enemy archer queen. You need to come from the side and don't risk it. Come from the side where she is. So hogs are moving through the base, placing heal spells as needed. 1 defense left, and hogs are done destroying all of the defenses. Just trash buildings left. Gonna speed it up here, and has wizards and barbarians for cleanup, and of course the hog riders. Gonna wrap up 3 stars. Alright, checking in a couple of more attacks. So we got me, myself, Belbex. Normally don't show my own attacks unless it's a live attack, but I'm gonna check it out here using AGHP on this pretty decent Town Hall 9. Pretty much max defenses except for air defenses, but air defenses would not have affected this attack that much anyway. It still would a little bit because it attacks the healers, but still in terms of ground point defense, it is a maxed out base. So, and walls of course, but walls don't matter that much anymore in terms of level. But coming out here, doing a hit and run type of attack, coming in here very quickly. They have destroyed a large amount of the base already, and now just starting up here, sprinkling some hogs. I tried to get them to this air defense, but they did not go, so I had to send in a couple of more hogs to the top to destroy this level 5 air defense here, because like I said, you always want those healers to remain alive. So I still have 6 hogs left to deploy and 2 heal spells left, so I'm going to send in the 4 hogs from here and a couple more hogs at the bottom here. I'm going to place a heal spell on it this was a mistake because it was kind of a useless heal spell because I sent in 2 hogs, they did not destroy any of the defenses. The heal spell could have been much better on the rest of the troops, like these giants for example. So I wasn't exactly thinking that this would be a 3-star from this point because, I mean, Queen has just gone down, King is about to go down also, but giants are very slow, but luckily this bowler hitting that giant bomb is gonna survive and take out this last arch tower. So there are gonna end up being some cleanup troops, including wizards and giants. So slightly closer than I would have liked it, because usually when it's a GHB I usually wreck over bases, but this was kind of closer, but I thought it was more fun to watch. Hope you enjoyed this attack from me. I did get a 6-star award this time, so pretty happy about that. Alright, so now we're gonna head into the final attack. So this base number 12, I think it took us 3 tries to destroy. Right here, 3 tries, and if you take a look at the base, this base is an easy 3-star. So I just want to show these guys, if they ever run into it again, haven't seen this base in such a long time. I don't know why it said replay no longer available, that was weird. But here's how you 3-star this base every time. So I explained to Molybdenum the plan on how to 3-star this base because I've seen it before and I know how to 3-star this base every time. But what happened was, what ended up happening was the golems and the wizards did not go in the place that I had told them to go and that he intended them to go. So what you're supposed to do on a normal attack, you have 4 golems, 3 in your own, 1 in the clan castle, 14 wizards, 2 P.E.K.K.A.s, and 3 Valks. So you send in 4 golems around, 2 in this area and then 2 in this area. So this is to make sure 2 golems will go left and 2 golems will go right. And then you want to send in a P.E.K.K.A. on this side, P.E.K.K.A. on this side, and wizards behind all of those. But let's take a look at what actually happened. So he sends in 4 golems, pretty much the same way that I described to you in the plan, and sending wizards behind. They're going to take out trash buildings, and golems are actually going to take out these defenses by themselves basically. So when you have 4 golems, they can actually be pretty strong and do a decent amount of damage. But if you take a look at right now, it's not going to look like they're going to go back. They are actually going to, all of them, go up top. So there is some nice adjusting from Molybdenum here. And going to send in the king, the queen. And this is not the actual plan. What you're supposed to do is send in the queen on the top and then the king on the bottom. But nice adjustment here, making sure that all of the troops will go around. So this P.E.K.K.A. does end up taking a few of these buildings on the right here with that wizards, which ends up pretty good. But if you take a look, I think there are 4 golems there still 4 golems here. And of course you got the wizard, P.E.K.K.A., king, queen at full health and abilities pretty much. And if you take a look at the spells, still has 2 rages in the heal left, and pretty much all of the outside of this base is taken down. He's going to continue by placing a rage spell for these golems, because these golems, as you can see, do some pretty decent work on those defenses. I gotta say, for golems, they're pretty powerful, and still has all of them alive. They may be at full health, I mean they may be at low health, but they are still alive, hanging in there. Now if you take a look at the spells, still has 2 spells left, 1 rage, 1 heal. It's gonna continue by placing a rage here and another heal spell. Gonna activate the queen ability because she was being targeted by the Expo, and golems are trying to break through this wall. Still has the king ability left. Queen is taking out the Expo. They have proceeded to the Tesla, and now they're going to try to break in this wall to go to the core of the base. So not that many troops left, and this king still has his ability to deploy. Teslas have locked onto the P.E.K.K.A. They're going to roast it completely. Now king is being targeted in health, going to activate the ability. Queen has already had her ability activated, and golems are out and back, but they're gonna move to the front and tank for the rest of these 3 defenses, which was crucial because if those golems did not move up, that queen would have died in a heartbeat. But great attack by Molybdenum and great adjustments. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a pretty long one this time actually, but happy with what the guys at Final Boss here are doing. We have improved greatly, and let's hope that we can keep it up. And as always guys, thanks for watching.